Welcome, everyone. In the world of Naruto, a single night of tragedy created the hero we all know and love. But what if it didn't? Today, we're diving into a wild what-if scenario, a totally different timeline that starts by completely rewriting that one fateful night. Just think about it for a second. The attack of the nine-tailed fox. It's the event that left Naruto orphaned, that made him an outcast. But what if that night didn't end with sacrifice and heartbreak? What if, instead, it became a legendary victory that set the stage for a completely different kind of hero? Every great what-if story hinges on a single, big change. And for this one, it's all about Naruto's parents. In this reality, Minato and Kushina aren't just powerful shinobi, they're practically gods, wielding a genetic inheritance that turns them into a force of nature. Okay, check this out. On the left, you've got the heroes we know. Incredibly strong, for sure, but they had their limits. On the right, well, that's what they become in this timeline. We're talking about their biggest weaknesses not just being patched up, but completely erased and replaced with overwhelming power. So first up is Minato. But get this, in this timeline, he's Minato Uchiha. Yeah, you heard me. So imagine the yellow flash, a guy who's already moving faster than anyone can track, but now he's got a fully matured Sharingan. That tunnel vision he had at top speed? Gone. Poof. He doesn't just teleport blindly anymore. He sees everything with perfect clarity before, during, and after he moves. He's not just fast, he's absolutely flawless. And then you have Kushina. She's not just an Uzumaki with a ton of chakra. She's Kushina Hyuga of the main branch. Now just try to picture that. You take the insane 360-degree vision of the Byakugan, the pinpoint precision of the gentle fist, and you power it all with the massive, seemingly endless chakra of an Uzumaki. What do you get? Her revolving heaven isn't just a little defensive spin anymore. It's an impenetrable fortress, big enough and strong enough to literally swat away a tailed beast bomb. It's insane. So, okay, you've got this perfect offense, perfect defense power couple. What in the world happens when the masked man shows up with the nine tails? Well, let's just say that pivotal night in the Leaf Village's history plays out very, very differently. It's not even a fight, it's an execution. Their teamwork is just unstoppable. Step 1. Detection. Obito tries his little Kamui trick, but it's useless. Kushina's Byakugan sees right through the dimension and tracks him perfectly. Step 2. The counter. Before Obito can even become fully solid, Minato's Sharingan has already predicted his movement and slapped a Flying Raijin seal on him. Game over. And as for the Ninetales, Step 3. The seal. No need for that whole Reaper Death Seal business. Kushina just walks up, uses her gentle fist to paralyze the beast by striking its chakra points, and they seal it safely. No muss, no fuss. And the results of that overwhelming display of power? It can be summed up in 4 simple, world-changing words. Both parents survived. Just let that sink in for a second. The entire tragic foundation of Naruto's story just erased in one single night of absolute victory. With Minato and Kushina alive, not as martyrs but as living legends, their son isn't born an outcast. He's not a pariah. He's born into a world that basically worships him. This is Naruto, the heir of the 2 eyes, and his childhood is that of a prince. I mean, just look at the difference here. The lonely, lounge prankster in that bright orange jumpsuit screaming for anyone to pay attention to him? He never existed. In his place, you have the Prince of the Leaf, a prodigy dressed in the calm, dignified colors of his clans. He doesn't yell "believe it," hoping anyone will listen. He says it with this quiet, unshakable confidence of a kid who has never once had to fight for respect. And this powerful heritage, it's not just a title. At the tender age of 5, Naruto awakens something that's never been seen before in history, the twin dragon vision. A Sharingan in his left eye, a Byakugan in his right. It is the ultimate genetic jackpot, giving him a combination of perceptive power that is, frankly, completely broken. So his life is one of immense privilege and power. He grows up in this massive estate that literally joins the Uchiha and Hyuga districts. His best friend and rival is his cousin, Sasuke. And his personality? He's not loud at all. He's quiet, he's calculating, and he is deeply respected by everyone in the village. This isn't just a different backstory, you guys. This is a fundamentally different person. But hey, natural talent and super eyes don't just automatically make you a legend, right? Naruto wasn't just taught, he was forged. With two of the strongest shinobi on the planet as his personal, round-the-clock tutors, his training was something the village had never seen before. His daily schedule was just brutal. We're talking 5 a.m. wake-up calls to train with his dad, the fourth Hokage, mastering things like Shuriken Jutsu and the deep theory behind space-time ninjutsu. Then in the afternoons, it was off to his mom, the Hyuga master, for grueling gentle fist drills and lessons in perfect chakra control. And the result of all this? By the time he was 7 years old, he was already fighting at a Chunin level. 7. Let that number really sink in. While other kids his age were just learning how to properly throw a kunai, this version of Naruto was already proficient at a level most shinobi don't reach until they're teenagers. The gap between him and his peers wasn't just big, it was a chasm. So you have to ask yourself, what happens when you take this kid who's basically already a living weapon and you put him in the ninja academy alongside regular kids? He doesn't just enroll, he instantly becomes a living legend, the gold standard that everyone else is measured against, and fails. I mean, this chart really says it all. You can see Naruto's skill level just towering over everyone. Even Sasuke, a prodigy in his own right, is a distant second, probably working himself to the bone just to stay in his cousin's shadow. And the rest of the class, they're not even on the same planet. And here it is, the ultimate result of his heritage and his brutal training. He developed his own signature technique, the vacuum Rasengan. He combined his father's Rasengan with his mother's gentle fist principles to fire a concentrated blast of chakra. Then, using his Byakugan for pinpoint telescopic targeting, he could shut down an opponent's chakra network from 50 yards away. It's a terrifyingly precise and powerful attack. All of which leads to this one kind of unsettling question. When a child has this much power, this much respect, before he's even put on a genin headband, what does the world even look like to him? And more importantly, what kind of person will he become? Because, believe me, this is only the beginning of the story. His time at the academy, the new threats that are bound to pop up in this totally altered timeline, we've only just scratched the surface of what's in store for the heir of the two eyes. So make sure you subscribe, because you are not going to want to miss part 2, where we see how this whole incredible story unfolds. See you then!